Welcome to Regal Sports. I'm your host, Mark Setien. Now let's get started and talk about sports. Alright, guys, a lot has happened in the sports world recently, such as in the NFL, the AFC and the NFC championships were played recently, and the Packers and the Seahawks faced off, and the Seahawks won this game, beating the Packers 28 to 22. It was a great game, guys. It was such a great overtime thriller. In the game, the Packers were in second and goal, and number 30, John, scored a 1-yard TD, but unfortunately, the refs called it back because they saw that he was just shy of getting it in. That's depressing for him and the Packers a little bit, but it happens. The referee saw that his elbow hit the ground right before he made it to the end zone. The Seahawks D flexed their muscles after that and forced the Packers to a fourth down, and the Packers settled for a field goal. On kickoff, the Seahawks fumbled and the Packers got the ball back, and Green Bay took advantage of this situation and got another field goal uh, to increase their lead 6-0. Late in the first quarter, Rodgers throws a touchdown pass to Cobb. After the extra point, Green Bay is leading 13-0. Later in the game, Green Bay gets another field goal. Later in the game, the Seahawks face a third and 10 situation on Green Bay's 19. Wilson throws an incomplete pass. So the Seahawks get ready to settle for a field goal. Yeet. So we thought a fake field goal was actually happened, and Jay Ryan throws it to number 78 Gillian, the undrafted rookie from Penn State, to put points on the board for the Seahawks and help decrease the Packers' lead 16-7. Packers set another field goal later in the game, and the score going into the fourth quarter was 19-7 Green Bay's way. With just a little over 5 minutes to go in the game, it was crunch time for the Seahawks. They had the ball and they were trying to make a comeback. Wilson trying to engineer and come back, but fails and throws a fatal interception, probably costing him and his team the season. So Green Bay just needs to run the clock down and do a QB nil to seal the deal. On first and 10, Green Bay gets tackled and lose 4 yards. Timeout was taken by the Seahawks with 4 minutes and 57 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. And second and 14, a loss of 2 yards happened for the Packers, and the Seahawks call a timeout with 4 minutes and 56 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Seahawks eventually forced them to a fourth down situation, so the Packers punted and Seahawks have the ball back for another chance to win the game. Probably probability pretty low though, because it's a two-possession game. There's 3 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, but the Seahawks march down the field and Wilson runs a 1-yard TD, helping his team score, helping excuse me, helping his team putting the score 19-14. Now the Seahawks attempt to do one of the most difficult plays in football, the onside kick. On the onside kick, Boston for Green Bay gets his hands on the ball, about to become a hero just like his hopes and dreams. The ball bounces from his hands and the Seahawks get the ball. So the Seahawks go to work and march the ball down the field. Then Lynch runs the yards that's on his back and scores and score helps his team get the lead. Seahawks Seahawks go for the 2-point conversions to force Green Bay to score a touchdown to win instead of a field goal. Wilson passes to Luke and gets the 2-point conversion, putting the pressure on Green Bay. But it's all good for the Packers because, like a good neighbor, Rodgers is there and ain't nothing but a chicken wing for him. He leads his team down the field, and Crosby hits the field goal to put the game in overtime. The Seahawks get the ball in overtime later in the drive. Wilson heaves the ball 35 yards to Jermaine to score the game-winning touchdown to give the Seahawks back-to-back NFC titles and award them their second straight trip in a row to the Super Bowl. Yes, they did. So the Seahawks will be going to the Super Bowl, and that was a great game played by the Seahawks. Probably one of the best games of all season, if you ask me. But now to the AFC Championship. Talking about that a little bit. The Pats killed the Colts 45-7. They put a hurting on them. In the first quarter, LeGarrette Blount runs a 1-yard touchdown, helping the Patriots get their lead 7-0. The Patriots score again later in the game, making the score 14-0. Later, the Patriots throws an interception. Colts gets the ball back. They score a touchdown. That was the last time they were going to score. After that, the Patriots scored again and again and again, winning the AFC Championship 45-7, and they earned, quote unquote, earned their trip to the Super Bowl. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you guys might know why I'm saying earn, quote unquote, for, because there's a controversy that the Patriots really did not earn their way, honestly, to the Super Bowl. Because there's a controversy that there is a cheating scandal going on with balls. Yes, balls, I say, because the controversy is pretty much saying that the Patriots deflated their own balls, their own personal balls in the game to actually make their footballs weigh 2 pounds lighter than the actual football size that's actually regulated for the games. And so that probably gave the Patriots the upper advantage. This controversy was going on, and it was actually confirmed that the balls that the Patriots were using were actually 2 pounds lighter than regulated size. And I heard that when the Colts got the interception, D Jackson, actually the person who got the interception for the Colts, I actually heard that he actually talked to the refs after the interception, told them the football felt kind of funny. And so that's actually one little controversy that was said out there. And it's kind of funny. Actually, on my past show, I actually stated this. It's kind of funny because the Patriots are actually kind of looking bad right now. It seems like they are in fault, and everyone who is part of that organization is probably in on it. Especially Tom Brady. I believe it's actually a plausible situation that he does know what's going on, because he actually stated to the media that he is a beast in cold weather. And it's kind of funny that he said that, because it was kind of rough weather when they played the Colts, and he played like a beast apparently. And there was also apparently deflated balls. So I find it kind of funny that he, when these deflatable ball situations came out, that he actually stated he was a beast in cold weather. I feel like he's like kind of bragging about being a beast in cold weather, and kind of bragging like, "Ha, yeah, I'm cheating." But it's kind of funny that kind of happened. Also, about this controversy, he actually stated to actually talked to the media about this, and when he talked to the media, it seemed like he was in wrong. And also when Coach Belichick talked to the media about this situation, to me it seemed like he was kind of suspect. It just seemed the press conference that he held seemed kind of suspect. Also, also, Tom Brady held the press conference about these inflated ball situation. He seemed kind of suspect. Also, it seems like the whole Patriots organization is actually in on it. And if this whole controversy is actually true, and the whole Patriots organization is in on it, man, that's just some crazy stuff that they would actually go that low to try to win the game, not just win the game the old-fashioned way. Um, that just would be really crazy if they actually did go out of their way to deflate the balls 2 pounds lighter. And if it's very true, that's just a really crazy, funny situation. But honestly, though, I believe the deflated ball situation would not have that much of a huge impact on the game. Because I'm not gonna lie, like the Patriots, they went ham. Like they just went ham on the Colts, and the score was 45-7. So I believe that the Patriots were actually gonna win this game either with 2 pound lighter balls than a regulated size, or the exact same size, or 2 pounds heavier or whatever. Because the scoreboard says told us who was the more superior team. But that's crazy. We're gonna how see what the investigation is actually gonna come up with. But anyways, in other news, such as the NBA, there's some good games that happened recently. Actually, the Spurs actually fall short to the Bulls, losing 81 to 104. Some of the impact players for this game was Kawhi Leonard. He had 16 points and 4 rebounds, and Paul Gasol had 12 points, 17 rebounds, and 2 assists. In the first quarter, Spurs were ahead 22 to 21. D Rose helped out with getting 6 points in the first, finishing the game with 22 points. It was a good win for the Bulls. It was a much needed win, I believe, especially after their last 2 losses they suffered. And Celtics and the excuse me, the Celtics and the Trailblazers played, and the Celtics won 90 to 89. Late in the fourth quarter, Portland is up by a thread, hanging on to an 89 to 87 lead with under 10 seconds to go. When Boston has the ball, Sullinger has the ball, has had the ball. Then he slips while the time is taken away, dishes it out to even Turner while time is running out, and hits the three to give the team the lead, leaving the Trailblazers with 1 second left. Um, Lillard gets the ball and throws up a prayer, and his prayer was not answered, and so the Trailblazers fall short to the Celtics. Some of the impact players in this game was Lillard with 21 points. He had 6 rebounds and 7 assists also, and Sullinger he had 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist. The Jazz played the Bucks, and the Jazz beat the Bucks 101 to 99. Utah was on the roll like Cottonelle from 3-point range, beginning in the beginning they had excuse me, they were actually made 7 out of 10 3-point shots in the beginning of the second half, and they were up 32 to 21 in the second quarter doing their thing. Also, the Bucks make a push and gain the lead 81 to 78 late in the fourth quarter. Bucks were down 5. Then Dudley hits a three to decrease the lead to 2. With just under 10 seconds to go, Bucks have the ball back again, and Dudley tries to see if he can make the 3, but he fails. The ball goes out of bounds, but it's Bucks' ball, so they have another chance to go for another shot. And King missed it, and the Bucks fall short to the Jazz, losing to the Jazz 101-99. And the Nets played. The Nets they lost pretty bad to the Clippers, 84 to 123. In college basketball news, UC Davis loses to Hawaii 76 to 84, and St. Mary played against Gonzas, and they lost 47 to 68. Um, Kevin Rangers, Kevin Pangos was one of the impact players in the game, and he had 14 points. Arizona beat Stanford 89 to 72, and Johnson was one of the impact players, and he had 17 points. And Maryland lost to Indiana 70 to 89, and Yogi was one of the impact players, and he had 24 points. And DePaul hit. DePaul upsets Seton Hall, beating them 64 to 60. Henry was one of the key players of this huge win for DePaul. He had 14 points. And Georgia Tech got spanked by number 2 Virginia. They got whooped 28 to 57. And one of the impact players for this game was Malcolm. He had 13 points. And number 8 Notre Dame beats Virginia Tech 85 to 60. And UNG beats FMU 72 to 68. That was actually a close game right there. And UNG had the upper advantage in the half, but FMU made a comeback, but not. But their efforts were not enough because they lost 72 to 68. And one of the key impact players for this game was Smith. He had 21 points. And Michigan State, they played Maryland, and Michigan State fell short to Maryland, 56 to 85. This and Laureen had 17 points, and this is a women's college basketball, by the way. And Georgia Tech lost to Notre Dame. They lost 76 to 89, and Lloyd was one of the impact players of this game. She finished out with 29 points. And Louisville played Florida State University. Florida State University beat Louisville 63 to 88. One of the key players for this game was Megan, and she finished out with 17 points. And Syracuse played Pittsburgh, and they won a close. Syracuse lost a close one to Pittsburgh, losing to Pittsburgh 68 to 70. And Monica, she was one of the impact players of this game, and she finished out with 16 points. And UNC played North Carolina State. UNC beat North Carolina State 67 to 63, and Danielle was one of the impact players of this game, and she finished out with 12 points. And Duke University played Boston College, and Duke lost this one to Boston College, losing the game 56 to 60. And Nicole was one of the impact players of this game, and she finished out with 18 points. Texas A&M fell short to UGA, losing a close one, 51 to 54. And Mackenzie, She was one of the impact players of this game, and she finished out with 16 points. Also, LSU played Tennessee. LSU lost this one 58-75. And Isabella was one of the impact players of this game, and she finished out with 25 points. And UNG played FMU, and UNG held their own, beating FMU 76-71. Stephanie, she had an outstanding game right there. Shout out to Stephanie, fellow Nighthawk, doing her thing over there. She finished out the game with 29 points. Now for some high school sports. All right, guys. If any of you guys checked out any of the social media pages, you would probably seen my Facebook status and the tweets about Arrow Valley High School girls basketball team. And pretty much this team did a very brutal thing. They obliterated Bloomington High School 161-2. Yeah, they kill them. It's probably the most biggest differential scoreboard I ever seen in my whole entire life and probably lifetime. I believe all teams should strive to do what they do. Like, I believe every team in the world should strive to put as many points on their opponent as much as possible, unless you're playing golf or something like that. But anyways, I actually gave a shout out to Coach Michael Anderson from the Ariel Valley High School girls basketball team for putting a brutal beating on Bloomington High School, effortlessly winning the game 161-2. And Coach Anderson actually caught some heat and got suspended for this massacre his team put on this team. Uh, Honestly, I do not think teams should be punished for winning a game. That's their job. When you're on a team, your main goal is to win games. And I just I just disagree with the fact that he got suspended for that. I think he should be awarded actually for doing a good job of coaching his girls well, real well to kill a team like this. Um, he actually talked to some reporters. He actually stated, I didn't expect them to be that bad. And honestly, I would never expect any team to be that bad unless it's like a high school team playing against like first grade rec ball. But this was actually two high school teams playing against each other, and they were just that bad. And I find this funny from the Bloomington coach. He actually stated, "People shouldn't feel sorry for my team. Honestly, I feel sorry for for his team. They need to work on some things." He continues saying, "They should feel sorry for his team, which isn't learning the game the right way." As I stated in my Facebook status, I said, "I think it should be vice versa. Bloomington can learn a thing or two from Ariel Valley High School, specifically 161 things. They can learn from them. The fact that Bloomington had no fouls shows that they were not playing aggressive at all and deserves to lose this bad." And honestly, I applaud Coach Anderson for doing his thing because that's what you're supposed to do. And I really do not think that teams should be punished for doing well. And I just don't like the fact that teams get punished for putting a whooping on a team. In fact, the team should get punished for not doing so well. But I remember when I played recreational football, there was a rule that like if you score like more than 35 points on a team, your team actually got fined. And I think that's such a silly rule because why are you punishing the team for doing well? It should be the other way around. You should be awarding the team for doing well and putting a whooping on their opponents. In fact, I feel like the organization should give money to the team as an award for killing a team that well. But it is what it is. It's a crazy world out there where people get punished for doing the right thing. It's kind of weird if you ask me. In other high school news, there's actually some people that actually signed recently, and one of the athletes that signed, I would actually like to congratulate him, and I would like to congratulate Tyler Abut for signing with Wesleyan University. He's going to be playing tennis up there when he starts his college career. Congratulations to him. I would actually like to also recognize someone. Um, this man is a beast. Uh, Andy Lucian. He goes to North Olmsted's high school, and this man's a beast. You guys are already probably heard of him. He was actually on SportsCenter's top 10, and when I saw this play, ooh, it was beautiful. I mean, I never seen anything like that in high school level type of play. The oh he I think he's definitely gonna do some work in the next level if you ask me. The what he did to his opponents was so ooh look like it was an N1 mixtape out there honestly. But he pretty much crossed two opponents over, took it in, then just slammed it, then just eyed his opponent to the eyed his opponent down to the ground. He said, I don't know what he said, but ooh, the vicious dunk was already enough. You guys need to check that out. Honestly, it's probably it actually is better viewed than, better if you actually saw it than me telling you guys about it. Better viewed than heard. But yeah, I think I might actually post that video on the Facebook page. But unfortunately, I'm running out of time. But I'm about to let you guys go. I just want to tell you guys thanks for listening to the show and listen to Regal Post. Check out Regal Post and listen to Regal Sports whenever you guys get a chance. I'm your host, Marcus Etienne. You guys have a good one.